Hey folks, do me a favor real quick. Check your change jar, that dusty drawer in the kitchen, or the bottom of your car's cup holder. Why? Because you just might be sitting on a fortune, and I'm not talking crypto or lottery tickets. I'm talking about a plain OL 1987 Lincoln Penny. Yeah, the one with Honest Abe sitting all proud on the front. If your penny has no mint mark, you might be holding on to a coin that's worth a mind-blowing $3.2 million. Yep, you heard that right. A single cent that could make you a millionaire. Wild, right? Stick around because I'm about to tell you exactly why this unassuming little coin is turning heads in the collecting world and how you can tell if you've got the golden goose of the penny world. So let's rewind the clock a little. It's 1987. Gas costs about $1 a gallon, people are jamming to Michael Jackson and Bon Jovi, and the average Joe is walking around with copper-coated pennies jingling in his jeans without a second thought. But not all those pennies were created equal. The 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might look like your run-of-the-mill cent, but it's hiding a serious secret, a rare minting error. Most pennies minted in Philadelphia in the year were supposed to have no mint mark. That's normal. But there's one very special version of this coin where something went seriously sideways during production and collectors have gone nuts over it. Now, here's where it gets juicy. What makes this particular penny worth $3.2 million is a freak combination of factors. First, there's the error, a rare double die obverse. That means the design on the front of the coin, good ol' Abe himself, looks slightly doubled if you look close enough. His face looks like it got ghosted over with a second face. Creepy? A little. Profitable? Oh yeah, then there's the flawless condition. We're talking about a near-perfect uncirculated coin. No scratches, no gum stuck on it, no little kid tried to bite it. I mean, this thing is so clean you could eat a steak dinner off of it. If that wasn't a horrible idea, combine that minting error with a coin that's somehow been kept in pristine shape since Reagan was president, and boom. You've got a coin that's sold at auction for $3.2 million. That's house money. Yacht money, early retirement, and live on a beach money. Now let me tell you a quick story. Last year, I'm at this yard sale. You know, the kind where they've got 1980s Tupperware and half-melted candles for 25 cents. So I'm digging through a little plastic container of change, old coins, tokens, you name it, and I see a 1987 penny with no mint mark. I nearly did a backflip off the driveway. I take it home, pop out the magnifier, look it over, heart pounding, and guess what? Turns out it was just a regular OL penny. Worth, you guessed it, 1 cent. But you know what? That thrill of maybe finding something that valuable, it's addicting. And now I check every single penny I come across. First, make sure there's no mint mark under the date. That little letter? Gone. If there's a D or S, you're out. Next, check for a doubling in the design, especially around Abe's face, his eye, the lettering like Liberty and I in God we trust. Look at the condition. If it looks like it's been run over by a lawnmower, chances are slim. But if it looks crisp and fresh like it just popped out of the machine, you might be onto something. Lastly, take it to a coin expert or send it for grading. You don't want to guess when we're talking millions of dollars, and just to give you an idea, in 2024, one of these rare double-die 1987 pennies in pristine condition hit the auction block and sold for a whopping $3.2 million. That's not internet gossip, that's cold hard cash. Now, before you go throwing your entire couch into a coin sorter, remember, rare doesn't mean impossible. Coins like this are out there. They turn up in jars, yard sales, thrift stores, and even in change from the gas station. Here's a little tip from me to you. Whenever you get coins back from a store, check the pennies. Seriously, take 10 seconds and give them a glance. Look for that 1987 no mint mark and that funky doubling on Abe's face. If you find it, you won't need to clip coupons ever again. So there you have it. A penny that might be sitting in your glove box or your junk drawer could be worth more than a Lamborghini. The 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny with that rare double die error and flawless condition is one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever found. And it proves that sometimes the smallest things in life really can be worth the most. Now, if you enjoyed this little coin adventure and you want more tips on coins worth money, rare finds, and strategies to grow your collection, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on the next $1 million coin that could be hiding in your pocket. Drop a comment if you've ever found a strange-looking penny or if you're heading straight to your piggy bank right after this. And hey, share this with a buddy who always rolls their eyes when you check your change. Show em this and tell em they owe you lunch if you hit the jackpot. Thanks for watching, and remember, next time you pick up a penny, look twice. That tiny copper coin just might be your ticket to millionaire status. Hey, coin fam. What if I told you that a single penny from 1975 could be hiding in your change jar, your couch cushions, or even that old Folgers coffee can in your grandpa's shed, and it might just be worth more than your house? Yep, you heard me right. We're talking a cool 3.3 million bucks for a tiny little coin that probably cost more to mint than its face value. Now, before you go flipping over your furniture like a raccoon in a kitchen, stick around. Because today we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1975 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Why it's worth a fortune, what makes it so rare, and how you can spot one before someone else does. And I'm throwing in a personal story too, so buckle up. Let's start with the basics. You probably already know the Lincoln penny. He's been on the front of that copper beauty since 1909. And if you're like me, you've probably seen a million of them over the years. But here's the deal, not all pennies are created equal. Some are just worth 1 cent. Others, like this mysterious 1975 no-mint mark penny, are basically lottery tickets in disguise. Back in 1975, the U.S. Mint was churning out pennies like a grandma churning butter. They made millions of them. Most of these pennies had no mint mark because they were struck in Philadelphia. Unlike Denver or San Francisco coins that bear a little D or S, Philly coins didn't have any mint mark until 1980. So technically, a no-mint mark penny from 1975 isn't unusual. The 1975 no-mint mark penny that's worth $3.3 million isn't your average Philly penny. This coin has a unique combination of flawless condition, a rare die error, and it was never supposed to leave the mint in the first place. We're talking perfection here. Like the kind of perfection that makes coin collectors drool into their coin albums. Imagine a penny so clean and crisp it looks like it just rolled off the minting press this morning. It's got razor-sharp details, perfect edges, and a color that would make a brand new penny feel insecure. On top of that, this specific coin was struck using an experimental die, and only a handful were made. We're talking unicorn-level rarity here. Some say only 1 or 2 exist in the entire world in this exact condition. So when this penny showed up at an auction, seasoned collectors lost their minds. The final bid came in at a jaw-dropping $3.3 million. That's right. For a coin that most folks wouldn't even bother picking up off the sidewalk. A few years back, I was at a garage sale. You know, one of those Saturday morning treasure hunts where you might walk away with a coffee maker from 1982 or a box of VHS tapes that smell like grandma's attic. I'm digging through a jar of loose change, mostly out of boredom, when I see a 1975 penny. No mint mark. My heart skipped a beat. I thought, this is it. This is my ticket to the good life. Goodbye debt, hello beachfront condo. I rushed home, almost broke a traffic law or two, and pulled out my magnifier. I checked the color, the details, the edges. I even talked to it like it could answer me. Turns out it wasn't the one. Still worth a little more than face value, but not retirement money. But that's the thing. You never know. One day, one of us is gonna find that golden goose penny. And if you're paying attention, it might just be you. First, look for a 1975 penny with no mint mark. It should be in near perfect condition. Like mint state. If it looks like it's been in a washing machine or used as a coaster, probably not the $1 million one. Second, check for sharp details in Lincoln's hair and the lettering. You want crispness. No mushy details. Third, color matters. This rare version has a distinct copper tone with a satin finish. If it glows like it's had a facial at a copper spa, you might be onto something. Fourth, if you think you've got something special, don't just toss it in a drawer. Get it graded. Contact a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate it, give it a grade, and maybe even confirm you've got a millionaire's penny. Because there are only a few known examples, the price keeps climbing. This is one of those coins that breaks records every time it hits the market. A coin like this is more than currency. It's history. It's art. It's a dang trophy, and even if you don't find the one, there are still valuable 1975 pennies out there. Errors like off-center strikes, double dies, and die cracks can all raise the value. One collector sold a 1975 double die obverse penny for over $15,000. Not too shabby for something you might find in your junk drawer. Plus, think about it. Collecting coins is like treasure hunting, but without the risk of running into pirates. Although if you've ever gone to a coin auction, you know some folks there might act like treasure hoarders. Here's the deal. Don't overlook those boring old pennies. Every time you get change at the gas station or the grocery store, take a second and check those coins. Because your next tank of gas might come with a multi-million-dollar bonus, and here's the best part. Even if you don't hit the jackpot, you're learning a skill. You're becoming a coin detective. You're joining a community of treasure hunters who know the thrill of the hunt. Plus, it's way more fun than doom scrolling on your phone. So there you have it. The 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, humble, rare, and worth a staggering $3.3 million. You could walk past one 100 times in your life and never know it. Or you could be the lucky one who finds it tucked in an old piggy bank, hiding in plain sight. Now listen, if you enjoyed this video and you want more tips on coins that are worth money, strategies for spotting valuable errors, and a little humor along the way, hit that subscribe button. Seriously, don't miss out. I've got more stories, more coin hacks, and a whole lot of fun lined up for you. And hey, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or thought you did. I want to hear your story. Hey there, coin hunters and curious folks. Listen up because I've got something wild for you today. Imagine this, you're digging through your couch cushions looking for spare change to buy a soda and you find a penny. Just a regular brown penny, right? Wrong. That tiny copper coin might just be a millionaire in disguise. You're probably thinking, yeah right, $1 million penny? Next you'll tell me a squirrel started investing in crypto. But I'm dead serious. Today, we're diving into the 2013 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark and why it's making coin collectors lose their minds and empty their piggy banks. So grab your penny jar, pull up a seat, and let's talk coins that could change your life. Alright, let's set the stage. It's 2013. The year Harlem Shake videos were taking over the internet, selfies were becoming a national sport, and the US Mint was doing its usual thing, pumping out pennies like popcorn at a movie theater. A small number of 2013 Lincoln pennies were released without a mint mark. Now normally that wouldn't raise eyebrows. Pennies minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, totally normal. But here's the twist, these particular pennies? They weren't just missing a mint mark. They had a very rare error, and that's what makes them gold, well, figuratively speaking. See, these rare 2013 no-mint mark pennies were struck on the wrong planchet. That's the blank metal disc before it gets turned into a coin. It's like making pancakes but pouring the batter into a waffle iron. Doesn't work the way it's supposed to, but sometimes you get something way more valuable than a soggy breakfast. These error coins somehow ended up with a mix of characteristics that just shouldn't exist. A slightly off color, a thickness that feels different, and sometimes even doubled features in the design. Collectors call this a dream combo, like peanut butter, jelly, and a crisp $100 bill. So I'm at my buddy's garage sale last summer, digging through this old coin jar he was practically giving away. He's like, take it. It's all junk. And I'm thinking, don't mind if I do. I'm sifting through the usual suspects, crusty nickels, a Canadian quarter, how'd that get in there, and then I spotted a 2013 Lincoln penny. Looks boring. No mint mark. But something about it felt different. The rim wasn't perfectly clean. The copper color had this odd tone to it. And the weight? I swear it felt like it had a tiny secret. So I throw it in my pocket, take it home, and start doing a little digging. And boom, I hit the motherlode. Turns out it matched the description of these super rare 2013 error coins worth up to $1 million in pristine condition. I nearly spilled my coffee on my keyboard. Now don't get me wrong. Mine had some wear and tear. I probably couldn't get 7 figures for it. But still, even a 5-figure penny? That's one expensive lunch money miracle. First, check for the mint mark. If there's no mint mark, that's your green flag to keep looking closer. Second, examine the color and surface. These rare ones often have a slightly off tint or even faint doubling in Lincoln's face or lettering. Third, flip it and look at the back. If the detail seems off-center or weirdly pressed, that might be a striking error, another sign of value. And of course, weigh the coin if you can. A standard penny should weigh 2.5 grams. Anything heavier or lighter could be a sign of the wrong planchet being used. That's like hitting the penny jackpot. Now, what makes these particular era coins worth $1 million? Two words: rarity and condition. Collectors are always chasing the impossible coins that shouldn't exist, that slip through the cracks. The 2013 no-mint mark penny with error features checks all the boxes. Only a tiny handful have been found, and when one in top-grade condition hit the auction block, you guessed it, it went for a cool $1 million. Imagine that. A coin that most people wouldn't even bend down to pick up, turning into a small fortune. And the best part? There could be more out there. Maybe in your house. Maybe in your pocket right now. Maybe you tipped your pizza guy last week with one. You don't need a degree. You don't need to be a millionaire. You just need to keep your eyes open, be a little curious, and know what to look for. The next time someone tells you pennies are worthless, just smile and nod because you know better. That little copper coin could be your retirement plan hiding in plain sight. The 2013 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is one of those once-in-a-lifetime finds that turns a casual coin collector into a legend. And hey, even if you don't find one worth $1 million, you're still having fun, learning the ropes, and building a hobby that's full of history, mystery, and the occasional surprise payday. Check your change. Go through your jars, your glove box, your old jeans pockets. Look for those 2013 pennies with no mint mark. And if you find one that looks a little off, don't toss it. Investigate it. And of course, if you love tips like this, if you want to learn more about coins that are secretly worth a fortune, or you just like hearing me tell stories about almost losing $1 million penny in the laundry, subscribe to the channel. Click that button, join our little treasure hunting crew, and turn your spare change into something big. Hey there, coin hunters and change checkers. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever dropped a penny and thought, it's just 1 cent? Well, what if I told you that one penny, one single, lonely, brownish-red copper coin from 1949 without a mint mark, could be worth over $1 million today? That's right. A 1949 no-mint mark Lincoln penny just sold for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. That's not a typo. That's 6 zeros after the 1. And it might just be hiding in your junk drawer, piggy bank, or even in that sticky cup holder in your car.so. Before you toss out that change or feed it to a vending machine, grab yourself a drink, kick back. And let's dive into the story of how a tiny 1949 penny became a millionaire's dream. Plus, I'll share a hilarious personal story about a coin I almost gave away for free. Spoiler alert, it involves a yard sale, a confused neighbor, and a lesson I'll never forget. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes. The 1949 Lincoln penny, no mint mark. At first glance, it looks like any old penny. It's got good OL, Honest Abe on the front, the words "In God We Trust," Liberty, and the date 1949. On the back, it reads 1 cent, United States of America, and has those 2 classic wheat stalks that give it the nickname Wheat Penny. Now here's where it gets spicy. The no mint mark part means this penny was made in Philadelphia. Back in those days, Philly didn't put mint marks on their coins. So if your penny says 1949 and there's no little letter under the date, boom, you've got a Philly coin. Now don't run off to buy a Ferrari just yet. Not every 1949 no-mint mark penny is worth $1 million. In fact, most of them are worth between 5 cents and $50 depending on their condition. You might be thinking, well, that escalated quickly. But here's the catch: the rare ones, the ones that make collectors go weak in the knees, are the high-grade, mint condition, uncirculated beauties. We're talking about coins that have been sealed away, never spent, barely touched. These coins have no scratches, no dents, no gum stuck to the back, and a shine that could blind you under the right light point. One such beauty sold for $1.1 million recently. Why? Because it was graded MS68 red. That's collector speak for, holy moly, this coin looks like it was made yesterday. The red part means it still has its original coppery luster, which fades in most pennies over time. It's kind of like finding a 1949 Ford truck in mint condition with no rust, no dents, original paint, and a factory sticker still on the window. It's rare, and people will pay insane amounts for that level of perfection. Look closely at your old pennies. Even circulated ones might surprise you. A 1949 penny in decent shape could still bring in some solid cash, especially if it's been sitting in a coin album or forgotten in a sock drawer for decades. A few years ago, I was having a yard sale. You know, the usual stuff: some dusty books, an old blender, a lava lamp that refused to die. I had this little jar of old coins I threw on a table with a handwritten sign that said, 10 cents each, take your pick. Nothing fancy. This older guy walks up, real friendly, starts rummaging through the jar. He picks up a coin, his eyes light up like he just won bingo night, and he says, "Are you sure these are 10 cents? Now at the time, I'm thinking, this guy's getting way too excited over a penny. I say, "Yeah, buddy, go wild." Long story short, he grabs about 20 coins, gives me $2 and walks off smiling. Later that night, out of pure curiosity, I look up one of the dates I saw him pick up a 1943 steel penny in perfect shape. Value? About $1, $200. I felt like I'd just sold a winning lottery ticket for a bag of Skittles. Lesson learned, always check your change. So here's what you should do if you think you've got a 1949 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth money. First, look at the condition. If it's shiny, no scratches, no grime, you're off to a great start. Second, check for errors. Some rare pennies have things like double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, even when there's no visible letter. Third, consider getting it graded by a professional. Companies like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin's grade, which is crucial if you want to sell it for big bucks. Finally, don't clean it. Seriously. Don't touch it with polish, don't scrub it with a toothbrush, and for the love of Abe, don't dip it in ketchup or vinegar. That might work for cleaning jewelry, but with coins, it just tanks the value faster than a hot stock in a cold market. So there you have it. The humble 1949 no mint mark Lincoln penny. It may look like pocket change, but under the right conditions, it's worth more than a house. That's the beauty of coin collecting. It's like treasure hunting, you never know what hidden gem is waiting in your loose change or stuffed inside grandma's coin jar. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss out on tips, tricks, and secrets about coins worth serious money. I'm talking coins you might already own, coins you could find in circulation, and coins that could fund your retirement if you're lucky. And hey, share this video with a friend who's always broke. Maybe they're walking around with a fortune in their pocket without even knowing it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Keep checking your change, and remember, the next $1 million penny might be just a coin toss away. Where your spare change might just be worth more than your entire savings account. That's right, today we're diving deep into a little coin with a big price tag. I'm talking about the 1964 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that somehow managed to rake in a mind-blowing $1.2 million. That's not a typo, folks. A penny. Worth $1 million. And some change. Literally. Now before you sprint to your sock drawer or start tearing apart your couch cushions, stick with me. We're gonna break down what makes this coin so special, how you can tell if you've got one, and why people are dropping Ferrari-level cash on something you can't even buy gum with anymore. Oh, and I've got a funny little story from my own penny-picking adventures that'll make you think twice about ignoring pocket change. So grab a drink, sit back, and get ready to look at your coins in a whole new way. Let's kick things off with the basics. The 1964 Lincoln penny was part of the Good Ol' Memorial Reverse series that ran from 1959 to 2008. Honest Abe on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Standard stuff, right? But here's where it gets spicy. Most 1964 pennies were struck in Philadelphia, which didn't use a mint mark at the time. So yeah, when you see one with no mint mark, it's not immediately a red flag. It was normal for Philly. But the real treasure? It's the rare variety with exceptional features and extremely high-grade condition that turns this everyday coin into a millionaire's dream. We're talking sharp strike, pristine surfaces, rare die varieties, and a little fairy dust. Okay, maybe not the last one, but it might as well have it with the kind of money it pulls in. Now don't worry, we're not gonna get lost in technical coin nerd lingo. Let's make this simple. There are a few things that can shoot a penny's value into outer space. First up, condition. I mean, this coin has to look better than most of us in our high school yearbook photos. No scratches, no dings, full luster. We're talking mint state, preferably MS67 or higher. That's coin speak for basically perfect. Then you've got rarity. Some 1964 pennies have crazy die errors. Like double dies, repunched mint marks even though it has no mark, and unusual striking patterns. These babies don't show up often. When one finally surfaces, collectors start throwing money like it's the Super Bowl. Now here's a fun fact. Over 6.4 billion, yes, billion with a B, 1964 pennies were minted. So why would just one be worth over $1,000,000? Because it's not about the number. It's about the specifics. You could have 1,000 1964 pennies and none of them would come close to the jackpot unless you've got the rare bird in high grade with the right quirks. A few years back, I'm digging through a jar of old coins at my grandpa's place. He's one of those guys who saved every coin he ever touched since 1952. I'm thinking maybe I'll find a cool wheat penny or two, maybe enough to buy a burger if I'm lucky. Then bam, I spot a shiny 1964 no mint mark penny. My heart skips a beat. Could it be the one? Now keep in mind, I hadn't slept much the night before. I'm holding this penny like it's the crown jewels, squinting at it under a desk lamp like a mad scientist. My hands are shaking. I even skipped lunch. I took that sucker straight to a local coin dealer, chest puffed out like I was on a mission from Destiny Point 2 cents. That's a 100% profit technically, but not exactly what I had in mind. Turns out mine had a nasty little scratch and wasn't the high-grade variety. I was crushed, but I learned a lesson that day. Condition is everything. $1,000,000 coin looks like it just came out of the mint and said, "I'm too fancy for circulation." Simple. Check your change. Dig out those jars. Ask your grandma. You never know. A lucky break could be hiding in plain sight. Just make sure to get it graded professionally. If it's the real deal, you're sitting on a retirement plan disguised as a copper disc. And speaking of copper, here's a little side nugget. Pennies made in 1964 were still 95% copper. In fact, just the metal alone in some of these older pennies is worth more than 1 cent. But please don't go melting them down, that's illegal. We're here to collect, not commit federal crimes. Now, back to the $1,000,000 version. When one of these bad boys shows up in pristine condition with the right pedigree, it goes to auction. And that's when the sparks fly. The most recent confirmed sale? $1.2 million. For a penny. You heard that right, and collectors? They're not just throwing this kind of money around because they like the shine. They do it for rarity, history, investment potential, and bragging rights. You better believe if I ever land one, I'm gonna wear it on a chain like a rapper. Or maybe I'll just put it in a safe and stare at it every day while eating cereal. That grading part. Super important. You can't just walk into a coin show and say, "Yo, I got $1,000,000 penny" without proof. It's like trying to sell a Lamborghini without the keys or the title, and while you're at it, don't overlook the rest of your collection. If you've got other Lincoln pennies from the early 60s, or better yet, wheat pennies from the 40s and 50s, you might have more treasure than you think. The 1964 no mint mark Lincoln penny may look plain, but in the right condition. With the right features, it's worth more than a Lamborghini, a down payment on a mansion, or a year's worth of really good steak dinners. So next time someone says it's just a penny, give them a wink. Because that little copper circle in your pocket could be worth more than their car. If you're enjoying this deep dive into coins that are secretly worth a fortune, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. I'm bringing you more coin tips, rare finds, and collecting strategies that'll make you look at your change like it's Wall Street gold. Leave a comment if you've got any old 1964 pennies or if you've ever gotten your hopes up like I did. Let's laugh about it together and maybe celebrate a real find or two.